Welcome friends! I've been waiting for quite some time to make this video, and I'm very excited to introduce this new platform as an addition to the channel. But before I get into it, I do want to mention that this was not just a buy on the whim. There's much bigger things that are coming for this platform, and I do intend to take it from 100% stock to the absolutely fastest I can get it to go. There are some shops out there that have taken this platform successfully and broken into 7 seconds in a quarter mile. Now I can only aspire to get to that level, but I do dream big. Maybe one day I can even overcome that. But there is a twist. I'm not a pro, and I was not born into racing. In fact, I have no experience racing and little to no experience working on cars. One day I simply decided that I did not want to be on the sidelines watching anymore. I'm Yana, and you are on the Red Karbon YouTube channel. So without further ado, please welcome Snappy Taco. This is my 2019 Audi RS3. I picked it up in a black exterior, fully black interior, with a beautiful silver trim and the heart of a monster. The reason I think this is a great platform for me to start, it's a very forgiving for a beginner who wants to learn how to drag race. And here's why. Under the hood is a turbocharged 2.5 liter inline 5, one of the most iconic engines Audi has ever built. Stock, she makes around 394 horsepower. On top of that, it comes with 354 foot-pounds of torque. All that power goes to the ground through Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system. That means the lunches are very consistent, predictable, and extremely forgiving for a complete rookie or a beginner like me. And because it's a dual clutch 7-speed transmission, shifts are crisp and fast even when you are in your comfortable street mode. As soon as you flip it into dynamic sport, hit that launch control, and it's a go time. Now this is an 8V platform, the version of Audi RS3. Audi has released another generation RS3 known as 8Y. Why did I go with 8V? Well, because it fits my budget, and I could not afford an 8Y. But I absolutely love it. If you want to know more about this platform, all the ins and outs, pros and cons, the difference between the V and the Y, please go out there, check out. There's so many great videos. They provide so much detail, but it's not in this video. For me, this is just an introduction because this is my car, this is my build, and this is my story. The very first thing that I did since I got the car is I got it on the dyno. Completely stock, no mods, no prep, straight from the street. I wanted to see what this car could really do. I wanted to get real data, no guesses. Because if you're serious about improvements, especially in drag racing, getting a good solid baseline becomes very important. At least it is to me. Another thing that I did since I got the car is replace the stock wheels. I went with New Speed RSE05 S 19x9 square setup all around. And I wrapped them in the beautiful Toyo R888Rs. The reason I swapped them out is, unfortunately, rookie mistake. When I went to pick up the car from the dealer, I inspected it at first during the daytime and I picked it up at night. And unfortunately, all 4 tires were completely dry rotted. Lesson learned for me. I know some of those mods are not a lot, and I didn't do them for the look of going like the car is fast. I did them for the purpose, so that the car has a better grip. But that was not all. I also got another point of data. So then came drag racing. With no prep, no practice, no experience, I ended up participating at a local track, Mason-Dixon Dragway, in the Modern Muscle Pro Tree season opening with this stock baby.
94, 8 miles.
And mistakes were made. Unfortunately, I did mess up my lunge control setup. And instead of having it in a dynamic sport, which is required for this vehicle to do the lunge control at the track or anywhere else you want to do it, I had it on individual setting. Unfortunately, the individual setting has not been set up since factory. So every time I came up to the line, to the tree, and I tried to lunge, the lunge control would bug. And I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong, what was going on, why it wasn't working when it was working before. I did a few passes and unfortunately I could not get it figured out, but I did figure it out right as I ran out of my passes and I was eliminated from my race. I took some time, I came back, I knew what my mistake was. I went to the next test and tune at Mason-Dixon and behold, it did an amazing job. The lunge control was set up correctly and this beautiful Snappy Taco ran 11.9 at 115.9 miles per hour in a quarter mile, completely stock. So at this point, I think I have all of my most important data put together. I have my dyno, I have my ET, and next, we're gonna make sure that this car can go into 10s. So let's go and check out what do I have prepared for that. Now that I have my baseline put together, it is time to turn the Snappy Taco into a 10-second car. And I have just the parts for it. So all the parts that are here, and there's more, are pieces of the puzzle just for the right recipe to get this car into 10s. And it's going to take some time because that's what Red Karbon's all about. It's about learning and building and then racing. So if you want to see this street RS3 transform into a track monster, it starts right here. Hit the subscribe button and join me on this ride because every step of this build is going to be right here. And if you think that the RS3 is pretty wicked, you should definitely check out my other builds, the MK4 Supra. I have some stupid things planned for it, and that build is already in motion, so make sure to check it out. 2 builds, 1 dream, and I'm learning it all the way from the toolbox to the track, and I'm taking you guys with me, so come along.